Oh, hey, didn't see you there. Welcome to the Spring 2026 Channel 3 Direct. I am so excited for this. It's actually just a Drake album release party because he dropped not one, but 3 albums today. Three? You like that number? I'm kidding. This is not about Drake. This is about Channel 3. I'm excited to get into it. I do have some notes so that I can stay on topic because I get so excited about this stuff. I can ramble. So I'm going to try to stay on topic. I'm going to try to make this quick. We will release the release notes right after this direct, along with the actual features that I'm going to be talking about. They will be released as well. So stay tuned, be ready. But during this time, just pay attention to the Twitch. Just pay attention, jump in the chat, say hi. By the way, for me, this is 9 a.m. I am past Joel. I am pre-recording this so that future Joel can interact with you guys in the comments. Hi, future Joel. I love you. Down here? Yeah, down here. Hey, future Joel. Also, that means that me, past Joel, I will not be able to interact with you in the comments. Shut up, future Joel. Okay, so let's do this thing. I really loved your guys' predictions on the quest yesterday. I don't think anybody totally nailed it. There was some talk about some Channel 3 Con reveal stuff, and that is what we are going to do first. So Channel 3 Con, C3 Con reveal. You've probably already noticed, but this shirt is the official C3 Con shirt. It is here, and they look amazing. I'm really happy with how they turned out. It's crazy to see these crappy drawings that I did on actual fashion attire. So I'm excited for you guys to get your hands on those. The other thing is in that first view in the intro, very exciting. We'll go back to that. This is, and the video is going to be delayed because it's wireless, but this is a GoPro. So we will be using this for C3Con. Hopefully this year we'll have a little bit more interaction on the stream. Last year was not an emphasis, but we'll have more camera angles, different microphone setups, etc. So this view is one of those things. And you can see that this home office is quite a wreck. But like right over there, those boxes, those are the Channel 3 shirts, the C3Con shirts. So they are here. Back to this. The other thing is I'm using a lavalier microphone, and these are what we will be using for C3Con as well. So there's a little bit of a mic test. Another Channel 3 Con reveal. Let's cut over to a different scene. Yeah, we can turn this guy off. We'll just do this one. The events and quests for Channel 3 Con. We've been talking about this as a group in the C3 Con Club. I think everybody can see that if they want. So this may not be much of a surprise. But these are the main events. All of this is subject to change. And this is including but not limited to, so we may add additional ones. But the plan currently is Smash Bros. Both Mario Karts, one each day, Fortnite, and Mario Golf, which will be new this year. We didn't have that last year, so that's cool. Those are the main events. Those are the tournaments that we'll have that you'll register for, check in for, complete your matches, yeah, and move on. The winner will get a medal, a Channel 3 medal, just like last year. But it's a new medal. It's not the same. It's a little bit different, but it's pretty much the same. A little bit of a different design. All right, quests. All the quests, I've mentioned this, but the quests will be done on the arcade cabinets themselves, which is like super exciting to me. I think it's so cool. Obviously, we're gonna have Rampage since we're doing the Rampage-inspired artwork. So Rampage is one of them. There's Simpsons arcade game, Turtles 2 arcade game, Crazy Taxi, and DDR, which apparently Ray is an expert at, but unfortunately he won't be there. Unfortunately for all of us and for Ray, but fortunately because it gives somebody else an opportunity to win that one, and it won't be me. All right, that's the reveal on the C3Con stuff. There we go. I'm gonna go back to my notes and see what's next. Oh yes, I wanted to tell a story before we get into any platform related release stuff, because this story is just so funny to me. Yesterday I was making my notes for this particular direct. So I fired up Notepad, as I often do, and just started writing the release notes. I wrote them all out, I saved them, and at some point, I must have deployed them to Channel 3 Production, and I had overwritten the Dwarf Wars index file. So a couple of intrepid viewers went to go play Dwarf Wars, and they just saw the release notes just listed out. Like, what the heck? The funniest gamer fail of the week, it must be, as an epic bug failure on my part. So Ian pointed it out first. Trash Doc also saw that, so props to them for keeping the secret, because they already read the release notes yesterday. So they know what's coming. All right, that's my fail of the week. That's it. All right, let's get into the actual release, because it's not just C3Con stuff. All right, and I'm definitely going to need my notes to make sure I keep on track here. Brian called me out on one of these C3 directs because I kept reacting to the comments rather than staying on task. Now that this is pre-recorded, I don't give a crap about those comments. Say whatever you want. I'm not going to respond. That's future Joel's problem. All right, monitor and face. Here we go. So we're going to be doing the direct in desktop view, but of course, all of this stuff applies for mobile as well. If you're new to Channel 3, is anybody here new to Channel 3? You can customize the background. So I kind of have a crazy one. This is cutscene blue, but that's not the default one. It's much less intrusive, but there you go. All right, let's get into the very first feature. If I go to the home page, you will notice right away that the top of the feed is different. We have a brand new, simplified, minimal feed header. Not just the feed header, but also the algorithm behind it. I feel like it's very important for Channel 3 users, as opposed to other social platforms, to have the most control and visibility over their feed and their algorithm as possible. We are not pushing targeted ads into your feed, so it's less important for us to do algorithmic things like the other guys do. So we have the ability to really simplify this feed, and we should, and we now have that. So there are three options. The first one is you can toggle on chrono view. If you have this on, it will show you posts in chronological order. I think Joel is buying me to shut it down. Yeah, maybe. I'll give this my post of the day. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Perfect. All right, so that's in pure chronological order. Okay, that's what that toggle does. You can turn off chrono, and it'll sort by algorithm. And that's based, like it's always been, based on your affinity towards those users and towards the game or club or whatever that's being shown. All right, following toggle, if you turn it on, it will only show you content from the people and or games, etc., that you follow, meaning that you have affinity for those people because you follow them, or you have affinity towards the games because you've rated, reviewed, and interacted with them. So if you want your feed to be focused on just that content, you would click following, and it'll just pull that stuff. I follow pretty much everybody, so that doesn't change much for me. But it would change a lot, especially if you were a new user, right? Unseen, so if I check this, it will only show me the post that I haven't seen yet. And it keeps showing me this one. As you may know, it won't mark a post as being seen unless you scroll down. So if I keep reloading this page, it doesn't think that I've seen this post, and that's by design. We don't want that to go away. But if I scroll down or interact or whatever, then if I refresh, that one's gone. We definitely need more cowbell. All right, so those are the three options: chrono or algorithmic, following or all, unseen or all, right? And you also notice that I click this refresh. That will pull the latest posts without having to refresh the page if you want to. The other very important thing is that these are sticky. So like if I change this back and then I reload the page, it's going to save my settings. Whatever I had last viewed, it will always have that saved, whatever you last did. So when you click something and change it, it records that and remembers it for the next time. I think that's a big deal. I mean, I think it's some of you were using custom feeds before. It sort of replaces that ability in a good way. The other thing, just for all of this stuff, obviously, I'm very interested in your feedback and your ideas and suggestions. So that goes without saying, but I'll say it anyway. You guys are so good at like reporting bugs and telling me what you think, and I appreciate it so much. That is extremely valuable. All right, so that's a big one. That's the feed simplification algorithm header right there at the top. The other thing you might notice is in these posts that we're looking at, we have a new view. Before it would have like Nomad's profile photo, it would have Claire Obscure's like game photo, and then it would have his name, and then below that it would have the game name. Now these are sort of like tag-like wrapped things that are objects that are tagged by that particular post. So in this one, it's just the game, but it's cleaner. It's less Facebook-like, more of our own sort of thing. So like this one has user and then Mario Kart World, These are all just user and then game, but like imagine it had event and club and all that stuff. They would all be listed here, and they can wrap, so you can have a lot of sort of tagged relevant objects that are on there. It's just cleaner, I think. You may not even like notice it after a day or so, but it is a little bit different. All right. So we got a simplified feed header and we got a simplified post header, and now we are going to move on to the big reveal. I hope you guys like this. I'm going to go to games. I'm going to go down here to the games page. I'm going to go to Pragmata, and I'm going to show you that I have rated this bad boy 4.5 stars. That's right, half stars have arrived. I have rated Pragmata 4.5 stars. And there's a bug. Look at it. It's rating it. It's putting it at a 5. We'll fix the bug. There will be bugs. There will be. Oh, yes. But I've rated this 4.5 stars. To get more granular, I can go into the review page and show you that. There, it's 4.5 stars. This review page is completely revamped. So I'm going to talk through that now. So not only do we have half-star ratings, but the review page is fully revamped. Real quick on half-star ratings, though. The results from the survey that we've done for this group and beyond, I've surveyed other groups as well, is overwhelmingly in favor of 5-star scale, but allow half stars. So that was the key driver of that decision. Honestly, at first I was in favor of just whole number integers, but I've been convinced otherwise, and I'm really enjoying being able to rate things half stars. As I said in this review, I think I'd give it 4.5 if this website allowed it. This website now allows it, so I rated that 4.5 stars. The thing about this review page, and you can see it here with this saved icon, is when you make changes, it is now auto-saving your review, okay? So this is a foundational change, and one that we can adjust and adapt. If InfoCynic is watching and in the comments, no doubt he's saying something about how the super posts don't work right and they suck, and they do. For now, super posts are going away on reviews. We can bring them back eventually, but we're adding additional attributes that may take the place of some of that. But I am open to bringing them back, but for now we're just foundationally changing the way these reviews work. So when you make a change, it will auto-save. So like if I refresh this page, it is recording that information and it is saving it. What's happening behind the scenes, for you guys insiders, it is creating a post for my review that is default set to my profile only. Currently, that's how it works. So it is viewable, but it won't show up in anybody else's feed. Only if they were to go seek out your profile and see your reviews, they would see it. That's the only way. Eventually, we may have like a purely private option where they don't see it at all yet, and that's essentially what like a draft would be, and you could leave it on that if you want. All right, but anyway, it does auto-save. So when you go in here and you make any sort of change, it will create that post if it doesn't exist yet, and it will save it on your profile only. These fields are all roughly the same, not much has changed. There is a new private notes field that is only visible to you, so this will not show up on the post itself. This was requested by a number of people. You can use it however you would like. Maybe it's just information about your playthrough that you don't really care for others to see, like who recommended it to you, or I don't know, things like that. You may now also say which system you played it on. So I played this on Nintendo Switch 2, and when I click that, it saves it. I don't think that's visible on the post yet, but it's really easy to add, so we probably will. Okay. Ownership. So now you can say whether you own this or you played it through a subscription service, you borrowed it, or other. We can add other options if you want, but the main ones are: do you own it, and then do you own it digitally or physically, and then what was the price you paid for it, if you want to disclose that. I do think it's nice to be able to make that information available to others. So this is not publicly accessible right now, but I think it should be, and I'm curious what you guys think. All right, so that's if you own it, where you get these fields. If you played it on a subscription service, you click subscription service, and then you can say which one you played it on. This can, in the future, help inform our game pages to say that this game was available on the subscription service. We keep track of that anyway, Dan and Ray do, but we can use that to inform it. You'll notice it's only listing these 3 because those are the only 3 that I have. If you want to manage your options, then you need to say which ones you subscribe to, and you can do that by clicking here. All right, again, I own it though, and excuse me, I paid $63.89. That's true. I've really enjoyed like going back here in these and saying which system I played them on and how much I paid and stuff, just for my own records, because I am type A and I love the data. Maybe you are too. All right, yeah, half-star ratings are here. You'll see down here that I can quickly change the privacy of this to my profile or main feed. and just like everything else, it's a one-click thing, and then it auto saves. So you no longer have to like create your review and then post, which was a little awkward before because it's like, what does that even mean? No, it just auto saves, and then you control your privacy. Okay, excited for this. I hope you guys are excited too. Half-star ratings are here. And that's it for the Channel 3 Direct. So we got C3Con reveal stuff. We got simplified feed header and algorithm. We got simplified post header. We have half-star ratings, and then that whole new game review page usability. So kind of a big one. This is was a big sort of release, a little bit unexpected. Oh, wait, I'm forgetting something. Oh yes, the biggest release in our history is about to drop now. So stupid. I'm really bad at this, like, oh, and one other thing. But for real, that is not all for the Channel 3 Direct. We do have one more thing that I want to cover. And this one requires like quite a bit of disclaimers, actually, because this release, I have been thinking about it nonstop for a long time, like longer than, like more than a year ago for sure. So I've been thinking about it a lot. I've been talking about it a lot, getting feedback from like people around me. If I go to like a startup presentation or gathering, and people ask what Channel 3 is, I'll trial out, like tell them these particular features just to get the reactions. So I've been mulling over this for a while. I'm really excited about it. This was not supposed to happen until later this year, so after C3Con. So it's not really ready yet, but we're releasing it anyway for many reasons. But number one is because I want you guys, the super users, to help shape what this can become. I need your feedback. I need your bug detection. I need your ideas for new features and all of that stuff, and also to help supply some of the data that's going to make this really cool. So I just want you guys to know that I do not take this particular release lightly. I think it's a big deal, and I am just so excited to show it to you. So without further ado, let me cut over to monitor. We're on the home feed. Oh my God. And the reveal is not troll maxing. That's insane. All right, the reveal, if you look up at the header, is books. Books are here. Channel 3 now includes books. It's true. So books are up here in the header. I can click on books, and it will show me the books that I'm reading, the books I want to read, what I've completed in the order, my star ratings. Yes, half stars are allowed. Books I am anticipating. This is a huge deal. We now have books in our system. I'm going to like take a look at some of the stats in my notes here, because we have an enormous amount of books already in the library. We have integration with ISBN DB API. So that's our main source of being able to pull in book information. But I've also spent just an enormous amount of time just trying to make this library as complete as possible. We have over 27,000 supposedly unique books with over 80,000 ISBNs, over 5,000 Goodreads IDs, all tied to those master books in Channel 3 that you can now rate and review and track and discuss, and all of those things. So I'm just super excited about this. So I can go in here to all books. I can sort by most ratings in Goodreads. We have a lot of that information. So if I do that, it'll show you, according to that information, which books have the most ratings within Goodreads, and you can see that by the little Goodreads icon. So like Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, or Philosopher's Stone, whichever you prefer based on your region, has 11.6 million ratings within Goodreads and a total rating of 4.47. That's kind of amazing. Yeah, if you take any one of these books, it'll also show you, of course, the Channel 3 ratings. The reason we lean heavily on the Goodreads one is because we don't have a lot of ratings yet for Channel 3, but we're looking to change that for sure. All right, so this is structurally just a huge change. We now have this gigantic library, no pun intended, of books that you can now track, rate, review, and discuss. I'm already loving this. Like, I'm using it constantly to keep track of the books that I'm reading, and I have been for a little while now, actually, secretly. Behind the scenes, I've been using this for my tracking as opposed to Goodreads, which you'll see is a tab. Goodreads is a tab. This is where you will import your Goodreads library if you're currently a Goodreads user. You will note, though, that it says right now we are processing those imports for you, which is true. Eventually, you will have self-service Goodreads imports, but for now, you will export those from Goodreads and you will email hey@channel3.gg, your CSV file, and we will be able to process that for you, make sure all of those books are in our library, which is why we're doing this. And then we can automate the addition of your ratings and reviews and shelves and stuff if you want. Just let us know if you don't want that, but otherwise we will be able to import that and then tie it to your Channel 3 account for you. All right, books are here. But wait, there's more. Oh, I hate that stuff. This is not an infomercial, but I'm trying. All right, if I go to settings, you can see that I have toggled on books. But wait, there's more. There's another one, movies/TV. It's true. Channel 3 now has games, books, and movies, and TV. And it's all controllable here via your settings panel. So when I change these things, you can see my header navigation changes as well. I can turn all of them off. Turn on games, turn on books, turn on movies. And then you have all of these other, you can turn off quests, turn off events, whatever you like. You can configure that now, and that updates your mobile top nav as well, of course. We're gonna talk about movies and TV in a second. I'm so excited about this. But like, the important thing about this is you can toggle those things on and off. So if you don't read books at all and you want nothing to do with that, then obviously turn it off, right? If you just want to use Channel 3 only for games, then you turn on movies and TV as well and just keep it just like this, right? Currently, these toggles only affect the navigation at the top, but eventually they will affect your entire experience, right? So if you turn off books, then you won't have to see a ton of book quests or book content and so forth. So this eventually will control your entire experience. For now, it's just the header nav. All right, so introducing movies and TV. They are lumped together currently. I'm curious what you guys think of that as well. I've really liked it being together, actually. So if I go to the movies and TV tab, I can see the movies and TV I am currently watching. For most of you, watching means just like currently in the middle of a TV show season. But for me, it takes me like several sittings to get through a movie. So sometimes this will have movies as well. I have my want to watch list. I have my completed list in order, anticipated, and then below that there's a lot of ratings modules. And again, we can customize all this stuff. We're trying to keep it simple at first, but I would love to know your ideas. So you can see what I've completed and my ratings. You can go to any given object page. Let's go to Shrinking Season 3, and it will have information about that season of television. It's got a trailer and everything. It'll have posts about that particular movie, TV, or season. Here it says it's season 3 of Shrinking, so you can go to that series page, which is, series contains seasons. And as a user, you can rate, review, and track either TV series or TV seasons, either one. But all that information will be all here on the page. If you go into a given movie or TV show, you will see availability. So it will show you which streaming services have that particular movie or TV show available. So Remarkably Bright Creatures, which is based on a book, will have integration into the book data as well at some point. You can see that's not available on Netflix. All of the information for movies and TV, foundationally, we use the movie database API. So we are paid subscribers for that, and that's kind of what feeds the base information. And then we are able to, of course, we add all, Channel 3 personalization, customization stuff on top of that. And then the movie database uses Just Watch for this availability information, which we can also add to as well. All right, so movies and TV, it's here. It's like Letterboxd, but it's also got TV shows. So it's an addition. I was always annoyed that Letterboxd didn't have TV shows. Anyway, we have it now, and I've really loved being able to track all this stuff. Just to show you, this is just base, base foundational features for these things, but there's so much more we can do. For example, if I go to my want to watch and I click on want to watch, it'll pull back all of the things that I want to watch, right? Well, I can then filter that and say, show me only the stuff that's on Netflix, right? And I could say, show me the highest rated stuff on Netflix. Eventually I'd be able to be like, show me stuff that my friends who I really trust their taste have rated the highest, and things like that really only we can do. And those are the kind of features that I really want to implement, the things that only we can do, that really lean into the community aspects of these things. All right, so Channel 3, games, books, movies, TV, and community. That's what we're all about. All right, so if you are interested in these things, I think they probably will be turned on by default for you. And then the ones that you are not interested in, go to settings and you'll be able to adjust, your toggles so that it doesn't take up space on your header nav. And then we will be evaluating these things, experimenting and seeing which things we can turn on or off based on your particular main setting options here. All right, so for all of these new media types, entertainment types, whatever you want to call it, we have the ability to rate and review. So just like that game page review, it uses the same sort of format for these things, and you can say which service you watched it on, and price, all these things. Half-star ratings, of course, you can do that. So you can rate and review. You can manage lists for these items, and you'll also be able to post about them. So I could go in here to movies and post about a movie or TV show. And then that's where that simplified post header comes into play, where the object wraps all the stuff. You can tag a game, a book, and a movie all in one post if you wanted to. Yeah, and then also we do have quest options. So quests will be coming where you'll be able to tag these other object types in a quest response as well. So we'll be able to have movie and TV and book centric quests too. All right. So excited, so excited, so excited. What else do we got? All right, so the thing about this that is really important is the ability to quickly add new objects so that we can keep that library up to date. This won't be a huge task placed on the librarians. That's the goal, is it's not. The goal is that we are able to self-manage this as users. So this is a bit of a trial, but we will see how it goes. I want to show you how this will work. Each of these object pages does have a quick search option at the top, but we are also able to, from the search tool here, type in, search for Zelda. It does the auto-suggest stuff, but then it also has this search for in games, search for in books, search for in movies. Either one of those things does the same thing. If we go to movies and TV, you can see it says 0 movies returned. We don't have any Zelda movies in our library. But down here, this note, don't see what you're looking for, search the movie database. I can do that, and it pulls back Zelda-related movies and TV shows. Here is Super Mario Brothers Super Show. I'm not familiar with that. And here is the Legend of Zelda movie coming out in 2027. So you have the ability to quickly, one click, add to Channel 3 these objects. And if you click this, it will give you a warning, confirmation. Are you sure you want to add this? It's important that we avoid duplicates and only add quality media. The APIs that we are using, IGDB, the movie database, and ISBN DB, are all pretty solid. However, they can have all sorts of data that comes back here. Some of them are not high quality or duplicates of other things. The data quality can vary. So we want to make sure that we don't add duplicates. So if this movie was already up here in this section, we shouldn't add it down here. It will exclude it if it's got the same ID. But yeah, so we just should be careful with this. We will be tracking this stuff, and I want to make sure that it's like high quality. This is very experimental. We'll see how it goes. Can we have nice things? We'll see. But there may eventually be limitations on who is able to do this. For example, do you have a certain amount of XP? Are you turbo only? Is it turbo only? Etc. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and add that movie. I will do it. And bam, there it is. This is definitely an anticipated for me. Difference between want to watch and anticipated is like it's not out yet, and I'm really looking forward to it. So that when it does release, currently the release date is April 30th, 2027. Down here in my anticipated, it'll let me know, just like we do with games, exactly like we do for games. All right, so search to add is available for movies and TV. Search to add is available in books, and search to add is available in games. So if I go to games, and I type Zelda and search, obviously we have a lot of Zelda-related games. Our game library is shockingly complete. But I can also search IGDB for games, and it'll return ones we do not have yet. This is kind of an example of what I'm talking about. There's like expansion packs and things that we don't necessarily want or need unless you specifically want to rate them. This is where we're testing it out. But I could actually see this one potentially being one that we would want to add, but I'm not going to for now. Please only add things that you need. You don't get XP for adding. It's just so that if you need something to be able to rate or use as a response to a quest or whatever, that is the option. Some things are not in those API sources as well, so we will continue to have admin requests for games and things like that. All right, search to add. That's kind of a big deal, just like slipping it in there, but like it's a big one, and It works for games, books, and movies and TV. All right. What else? There's another thing. Oh, Rapid Rate. So Rapid Rater is a tab on each of these object types. Rapid Rate, Rapid Rate. And if you go into Rapid Rate, there are 3 different options at the top now. You can rapid rate movies and TV shows, or books or games. I've already been through this kind of a lot. Like if I go to my profile, you can see that I have 373 games, 300 books, 434 movies, and 209 TV shows. So it's going to give me stuff that I'm haven't really seen. Probably I'm pretty much through with this, but you can go in here and you can say it's more simple than it used to be. You can say if you want to watch something, want to play, or want to read, and you can skip things that don't apply for whatever reason. Like I haven't heard of it, you can always skip. Oh, I have seen this. I'm going to give that Harry Potter movie 4 stars. Submit. And you will get XP for rapid rating things, so that does apply. And you can go into books, and you'll be able to rapid rate books as well. I've definitely been through all of the books that I've read. I probably won't read the KISS quotient, Games, we've always had rapid rated for games. This works a little bit differently now. It's a little bit more endless, and it's based on affinity scores and things like that, but you will be able to rapid rate games as well using the same tool. All right, I think that's all. That's for real all now. I will say that there are a lot of things coming soon, right? So there's a big release. It's a foundational shift. What is coming soon? Well, first of all, there will be lots of bugs coming soon. I know that. I expect that. And I want you guys to tell me all of the bugs that you find so that we can fix it and iron them out. It's more complicated than you can imagine to add new object types like this, and it will cause a lot of issues probably that we will go in there and fix. I know you'll have enhancement ideas, and I'm here for that for sure. Like ways we can integrate these different object types, especially things that are community oriented and bring people together, like all that stuff. We need it, whatever ideas that you have. Self-service Goodreads imports are coming. Self-service Letterboxd imports are coming. I didn't mention this, but Letterboxd, we can import your Letterboxd information as well, but that's also, you'll email it to hey@channel3.gg. For now, eventually we'll have self-service stuff for that. Gamified elements for books and movies and TV. I was playing around with a mini game related to movie taglines, which I think would be fun. Stuff like that we can do. Generally, personalization of your media type preferences for the platform is going to be very important. So if you only want to use Channel 3 for games, that it doesn't change your experience and applies those settings. So that's really important. You'll read the release notes. There's a lot of other things that I've thought of that just didn't happen yet. For example, you can't tag a movie, TV show, or book in a post or chat or whatever yet, but we'll have to figure that out. Get that coming. Book, movie, TV related prizes are coming. I do think that we have taglines. Future Joel, do we have taglines for a number of movies and books and TV shows rated? We should. We'll get stuff like that going like today. So fun things like that. I think that's all I would have. We're at about an hour, so I'll wrap up. I just want to say the Channel 3 vision remains the same. Community, community is our magic. It's our competitive differentiation. It's what makes Channel 3 special. So that's really all of you guys. Our vision remains that we want to become the third place for all of us. We've mentioned that a lot. If you haven't heard the term third place, go type it into the Goog and read the Wikipedia article about third place. That's what we want to be. So it's really about social connection through a love of games, and then also now books, movies, and TV. This is really, an extension of what we're already doing. We've had movie and TV club and book club, and those are very active groups. And now you can basically just, directly link your posts and ratings and reviews to those object pages, and we'll be able to have more sophisticated discovery tools and conversations and games related to those objects. So it's really underscoring our vision of community and bringing people together. The way I talk about Channel 3 is I don't know, if I'm ever in a group setting and there's a lull in the conversation, or people aren't talking as much, my go-to questions are has anybody seen any good movies lately, or if I know they're gamers, like what games are you playing? People love answering that. I love hearing people's answers because it's an instant connection over that love of that thing. It'll be, if maybe they are playing some, slightly obscure game that I happen to love, and then we both love it. It's like everybody just lights up and the energy changes, and it's great because you're bonding over that thing. That is what Channel 3 should be and will be for these media types all the time. That conversation just like turned up to 11, just like so energetic and passionate, and inclusive and positive and wholesome and all of those things. So that's what we're all about. I'm really excited about these changes because I think it just like triples down on that vision. And I'm happy to see what you guys think. I can't wait, honestly, to see like what you rate Severance or Interstellar, or which books are your favorites of all time. I love that stuff. So I can't wait to see what you guys do with these features. And thank you for everything that you do, because like I said, the thing that makes us special is community, and that's you guys. So thank you for being part of it, and thanks for continuing to be the best part of Channel 3. Appreciate you all. I will see you out there on Channel 3. Goodbye, future Joel, down here. Here. Yeah, I'll see you guys out there. We'll drop the release notes, and I will get started on fixing all the bugs. Let's do this. Bye, guys. Woo!